नमस्कार दोस्तों, हर संडे की तरह फिर से आपके साथ जुड़ चुका हूं। हम लोग रिस्क मैनेजमेंट फॉर अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक्स की सीरीज पे बात कर रहे हैं। मैंने ऑलरेडी क्रेडिट रिस्क के बारे में आपसे बात की है और बहुत सारे पॉइंटर्स आपको दिए हैं। आज एक ऐसे एरिया के बारे में बात करूंगा जो कि क्रेडिट रिस्क है लेकिन बुक्स में दिखती नहीं है। आई एम रेफरिंग टू नॉन फंडेड क्रेडिट लिमिट्स। नॉन फंडेड क्रेडिट लिमिट्स क्या होता है? जैसे लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट है, बैंक गारंटी है, जिसको टेक्निकली कहा जाता है कि ये ऑफ बैलेंस शीट आइटम्स है। ऑफ बैलेंस शीट आइटम इनको क्यों कहा जाता है? जिस वक्त इसको इश्यू किया जाता है ये आपके एसेट और लायबिलिटी में इंपैक्ट नहीं करते हैं। इंपैक्ट कब करते हैं? जब डिवॉल्वमेंट आती है तब इसको इसका इंपैक्ट आपके बैलेंस शीट में आ जाता है। जैसे बैंक गारंटी इश्यू किया और बेनिफिशियरी ने वो बैंक गारंटी को इनकैश करना चाहा, इनकैशमेंट की नोटिस दे दी, तो एज अ guarantee issuer you have to make the payment to the beneficiary and then recover it from the borrower. It's at that point of time the risk enters your book, and therefore Reserve Bank of India, while computing the exposure norms, has already advised that even the non-funded limits are to be considered full for the computation of exposure limit or for provision of capital for the non-funded limit. So it's virtually on par with credit, and therefore the risks involved are equal to all equal terms of the credit exposure. So treat the non-funded exposure as if it's a credit exposure, and then your bank will be in less suffer difficulty. There are major 2 or 3 areas which I would like to discuss where you have to be very careful. Normally, bank guarantees, bill discounting under LCs, and issuance of LCs are not a popular form of business with the urban cooperative banks. But then there are various banks in the metro centers where they undertake the business of bank guarantee and business of issuance of LC or discounting of bills under LCs established by some other bank. There have been accidents. Of course, I'll be making a reference to the accidents under the bill discounting scheme, and therefore you have to take it with a pinch of salt. So for me as an individual, I believe that आपको ये नॉन फंडेड पे 9% कैपिटल एडिक्वेसी आपको प्रोवाइड करनी पड़ती है, and the earnings that you make is hardly in the range of 0.5% to 2.5%. With the economics of this non-funded business being adverse, not many banks are really entertaining this kind of business except for their regular customers, or the client is with the bank for a certain number of years. So normally issuance of LC or non-funded limit, as we talk about, we have to ensure that we evaluate as if it's a credit exposure so that you protect the bank properly. Evaluation has to be done in that fashion itself, and there are certain caveats. As long as bank guarantees are issued by you favoring on behalf of your client with favoring the beneficiary, could be anybody, could be a government company or some such company. The most important thing you as an urban cooperative banker must remember is that the bank guarantees are of 2 forms. One is a financial guarantee and financial bank guarantee, and performance bank guarantee. Reserve Bank of India expects that you don't issue a performance bank guarantee unless it is backed by 100% liquid security. Now, when I say liquid security, it is 100% backed by fixed deposit. Why Reserve Bank of India does not want you to issue, except scheduled banks? Even the scheduled cooperative banks can issue a performance guarantee. But the point is that issuance of performance bank guarantee is not viewed with favor, because you do not have that wherewithal to evaluate the performance of your client on whose behalf you have given guarantee. नॉर्मली कैसे होता है कि परफॉर्मेंस बैंक गारंटी में, जैसे कि तुम्हारा रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी है, बड़ी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी है, and they keep on giving contracts to the private parties where under they are required to give a bank guarantee that they will complete the job within so much period with such a quality and so on and so forth, and they seek a performance guarantee. Do you have the wherewithal to evaluate the performance of this company? You don't. Now when you don't have, Reserve Bank of India says don't issue. It's only if backed by 100%. सॉरी, थोड़ी महीने डेढ़ महीने से खांसी चल रही है, वो जब तक कम नहीं होती तब तक ये तकलीफ होती रहने वाली है. So the performance bank guarantee is required to be discouraged by you, to be encouraged only if it is for your client with a 100% liquidity security. इसका मतलब ये हो गया, financial bank guarantee, you must be focused on the securities that you obtain, preferably if they are liquid. That is absolutely fine, and the risk element is low. But if it is not liquid, then you have critical issues. Reserve Bank of India has issued a master guidelines on guarantees and co-acceptances, etc. Follow those guidelines, because one of the guidelines in that master 2015 master is that the bank guarantee or LC that you issue should be on a security paper, which is to be serially numbered. Now, if it is not there, Reserve Bank of India is passing a lot of strictures on that. So the 100% margin is what the banks are normally accepting it. There has to be an internal guideline as to how this has to be established, how this product has to be sold, preferably to your existing clients. And if the client has come for a bank guarantee with you with a credit facility with some other bank, what is important? Why that bank is not giving the non-funded limit to this particular client has to be assessed. Without NOC, you cannot give. There are many borrowers who tell you that वो जो मेरा बैंक है वो बहुत टाइम लेता है, ऐसी फैसिलिटी में सैंक्शन नहीं होती, ये नहीं होता, वो नहीं होता. See, this is a catch where you have to be very careful. Now, even if it is 100% backed up, even in such cases, you have to inform. You have to inform the bank where this fellow is having regular credit facilities. Normally, do not entertain any borrower who is having credit facility with other bank with any non-funded limit, because it would mean that there is a catch. That catch has to be evaluated by you. Why he has come to you for the bank guarantee is what the principal thing is. And then there is issuance of LCs and discounting of bills under LCs. Somewhere in 2012 or 13, Reserve Bank of India came out with a guideline that you will be able to discount bills for your constituents only. तुम्हारे क्लाइंट को ही, वही तुम्हारा क्लाइंट जो होगा वो तुम्हारा मेंबर होना चाहिए, तुम्हारे पास करंट अकाउंट चाहिए, तुम्हारे पास बिजनेस चाहिए, एंड देन शेयर लिंकिंग नॉर्म चाहिए. अभी इसमें एस्केप रूट बैंकों ने क्या निकाला है? एस्केप रूट ऐसा निकाला है कि अगर you are consistently having profit, consistently having CRR about 12%, you have exemption. अभी तो नॉर्म्स और ही बदल गए हैं, because the requirement of CRR is 12% from 2026 onwards. इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर आप बिल डिस्काउंट करते हो किसी बैंक के एस्टेब्लिश किए हुए एलसी के खिलाफ, you have to ensure that you evaluate the bank. PMC में क्या हो गया था? बैंकों ने बिल डिस्काउंट किए on the basis of LCs established by PMC Bank. Let me tell you, the theory is that when you discount the bill, the exposure is not on the applicant, the exposure is on bank. So it is virtually interbank. But still, Reserve Bank of India dealt with the bills discounted under LCs established by PMC Bank in a different way. They force you to make provisions. Point is, whenever you do that, you have to be very careful, and that has to be done in a proper fashion, is what I believe. It's extremely important that we do it in a with proper care and proper evaluation and assessment, is what I believe. फॉरेन एक्सचेंज, फॉरेन बिल डिस्काउंट करने का तो सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता है, क्योंकि आपको उसमें बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकते हैं. सेकेंडली, अगर आप एलसी बिल्स अंडर एलसी डिस्काउंट करते हो तो एलसी जो एस्टेब्लिश होनी चाहिए वो यू शुड बी अ नेगोशिएटिंग बैंकर. इफ यू आर नॉट अ नेगोशिएटिंग बैंकर, डू नॉट discount the bills. And if at all you find that the fellow is having the working capital limit with some other bank, but still he is coming to you for discounting, that is considered in the banking industry as a treasury product. for a better rate, they come to you. What is your role in this? You have to ensure that if you discount the bills under LC, you remit the funds to the principal working capital limit where this person is having a working capital limit. That will ensure that you are not entertaining any diversion of funds within the industry, and then you are handling it in a proper fashion. There has to be a well set procedure because the capital adequacy requirement is same. You have to be very careful. Do it for the known business. In Bombay, there is a bill discounting industry which is now currently offering rates below repo rate. But then urban cooperative banks, very few urban cooperative banks entertain this as a treasury product. Wherever the difference between the call rate and the bill discounting rate is a little bit deviated, they try to make some markup on that. But then bill discounting and bank guarantees are not easy products because they bleed your balance sheet. You do it only for your clients and not for anyone else. So this is what my view about the non-funded facility is. Request you to take a proper process, evaluate the request for bill discounting or bank guarantees or whatever in a proper fashion, preferably backed up with liquid security, no issues. But if it is otherwise, you have to be very careful. Charging of securities and everything has to be in the same fashion, same manner as if it's a credit facility. So the risk involved in evaluation, credit evaluation, are also attracted over this non-funded product, and then this appears as a off balance sheet item in your balance sheet. They enter your balance sheet the moment there is default, meaning thereby the beneficiary invokes the benefit of bank guarantee or LC in his favor. And therefore you have to be very careful. You do this business only for clients of reputation and who have been banking with you for a very long time. So this is about the non-funded facilities. The other risk we'll talk in coming Sunday. Thank you for watching me and sharing the videos, liking the videos, commenting the videos. Thank you so much.